Hey guys, coming at you today with a not so fun video. I definitely wanted to shoot some other things today to put out in the coming weeks, but unfortunately I have come across something that I need to share with everybody, and this affects me a lot, and I don't know if everybody's really going to care about this, but those people that are getting my bread or have made my bread recipe, they may care. So I'll start with yesterday. I was making bread in the bakery like I always do, and I have an order for tomorrow for loaves of bread. So I opened up a new container of my now egg white protein and got it all measured out. I do 6 times at a time. And after 40 minutes, which is what time it takes for it to whip up completely, it was still liquidy. I kept whipping literally hours. And I ended up taking some out and putting it into a little mixer because my big mixer doesn't go very fast. So I'm like, maybe it's just taking forever. Let me put it in the small mixer. And it whipped up. It got pretty thick, but it still wasn't what it was supposed to be. So I proofed and baked those off anyways. They were all rubbery and gross, and I was devastated because I'm like, I need to make this order. That was my 1 day a week to bake, and I have nothing to show for it. So I went down. Van was watched by my father-in-law. I'm like, good, I'll go and get this bread done real quick. So I measured out all my ingredients. While I was waiting for the yeast to proof, I started examining the now protein bucket. I'm like, maybe it's expired. So I was looking for, an expiration date or something on it. Well, I happened to notice that it says other ingredient, sunflower lecithin. And I'm like, my heart sank. And I'll explain why in a minute. But egg white protein powder with sunflower lecithin in it will not whip up correctly. I found that out. I know bulk supplements now has sunflower lecithin in it, and I ordered a Judee's one that has sunflower lecithin in it, and that didn't work. And I contacted the company. They don't allow me to return to the company, so I had to go through Amazon, which I just finished up getting the refund for the open one, which I had to jump through hoops. They're like, this isn't refundable. So then I had to say that it was damaged or wrong product or something like that, and they finally gave me a refund on it, thank God. And I canceled. I had another one on the way, so I canceled the one that I had coming on Monday. I literally was going through one a week. And it is the best price that I have found for egg white protein powder. Now the next best one, I just ordered it. I'm worried because Amazon, it did not say sunflower lecithin on the packaging. So I contacted the company. They said, oh, Amazon must not have updated the website yet. So I want to make sure all you guys know, do not order the now egg white protein powder if you want to make the egg white bread, because it is now, even though it doesn't say it on the description or on the label or anything on Amazon, it does now contain sunflower lecithin. They changed it in the beginning of October, apparently. So I guess I was lucky up until now to get older ones that didn't have sunflower lecithin in them. Thank you to one of my subscribers who sent me 2 buckets, so that got me a little bit further. But I'm really upset. I'm going to have to update all my videos and take the links out of all my videos and everything. After she said that, the woman that emailed me back, she got back to me really quick, and she said that they were just trying to cater more towards sports protein instead of baking. So they added the sunflower lecithin along with more BCAAs, and that's what they're doing now. But I responded saying, I'm gonna have to tell you guys not to buy it to make the egg white bread. And I messaged Indigo Neely to tell her, because I know she has tons of videos on it, and I want her to get ahead of it too, because I feel bad if any of you guys are buying it to make egg white bread and it's not gonna work. Luckily, you gotta do some hoops through Amazon, but even this open one, they said it's not returnable, but just throw it out. So at least I'm not out any money on that. I'm out on the money that I spent trying to make these recipes. An entire work day trying to make bread and nothing to show for it. And I wasted all my allulose, psyllium husk, all that stuff too. So I want to get ahead of it and hoping that I'll help some of you guys out by letting you know that this doesn't work anymore. Now, the next best price that I found is really not very good. That's why I was so happy to have that, at least, because, you know, it was expensive, but I could deal with it. The next best price is Judee's. You have to get the dried egg white, because I have gotten a product from Judee's company and it does have sunflower lecithin in it. It said dried egg white. I think it was dried egg white protein, like they made it as like a protein shake kind of thing, not just dried egg whites. So you got to make sure you get just the dried egg whites, check the package, make sure it doesn't have it in it. I don't even know for sure yet. I'll probably put down here, it should get here Monday. I'm probably going to put this out like Tuesday. So that is $48.97 for 2 pounds. This big jug of now egg white protein was $75. So only $20 more for 3 more pounds. So that comes to my website. So with selling my egg white bread, I'm going to have to try out this new egg white powder and figure out how well it whips up to figure out what my pricing is going to be for loaves of bread and stuff like that. Because it doesn't just have to do with price of ingredients, but how much of the ingredients I have to use per loaf. And so that brings me to this journey. The reason why my heart sank when I found out that the sunflower lecithin was in this egg white protein, that I have finally figured out a foolproof way to make it so I can ship it. This journey, like I put out the egg white bread recipe video back in 2022. So that started there, and now I'm finally shipping my bread. So when I first started this recipe, I tried the recipe, and the first time I did it with the yeast and the psyllium husk, like the original recipe, it worked. And then I tried to minus things and change things up, and a lot of things didn't work. So that's why I just stopped messing with it and gave you the recipe I gave you. So I thought it was a pretty simple recipe until the things started coming in about mine won't whip, mine sinks, mine does this, all the comments. And unfortunately, I was in a space where I couldn't really get to doing a lot of testing and stuff because I was getting married in a couple of months and I was planning my entire whole wedding myself, plus cooking the wedding, plus making my wedding cake. So like I got bogged down in a lot of personal stuff. So when I got to experimenting with it was when I opened up my own brick and mortar bakery. And when that happened is when the problem started. So I found Rose Acres Farms egg white protein. It was great. It worked awesome. But at that bakery, there was no oven that had heat to proof my bread like I do at home. Like just a stovetop in front of the hot air from the oven proofed my bread. So I had to figure that out. And that's when I came up with the dehydrator proofing my bread. I went through a lot of experimenting and wasted loaves to figure that out because I kept trying to try different things. And I figured out her ovens, which was also a problem because they were electric convection ovens, which I had never worked with. They were like a Canadian oven that I've never used before. So I had to go through that too, and how long to bake it, because if you don't bake it long enough, it sinks. And my loaves were getting darker, but I had to cook them a little bit longer at a lower temperature and this and that, so I had to figure that out. Finally, I figured it out and I started cranking out bread at the bakery and it was a hit. Then I sent my stuff to Serious Keto and I thought I was gonna start shipping in 2022. Well, things went bad with the person I was doing the bakery with, and it made it so that I didn't have any time to do shipping and figure that out. So basically I had to put that on hold until after I had my baby. The whole time I was at the bakery, I was pregnant. So I ended up leaving when I was 37 weeks pregnant right before Thanksgiving. He didn't come for another 5 weeks. So it pushed me behind even further. And then a couple of months after that, when I was just getting used to being a new mom, because this is my first baby, I started figuring out the bakery that I was going to open here. bakery behind me. Now with a new bakery comes new mixers, new ovens, new everything. So I had to start all over again, basically trying to make big batches of this bread and get it to come out in a new oven and all that. I had different mixer than she had because she had a really expensive, like $5,000 30-quart mixer. I bought a cheap one, so I had to figure that out. Plus, Rose Acres Farms, their egg white protein powder started not working for me. So I went to the Now egg white protein and I realized it didn't whip up as much as the Rose Acres, so I kept over whipping it. So I threw out, again, dozens of loaves of bread trying to figure out how much I had to whip this egg white protein powder in order to get it not to sink. All of 2023, I kept going back to Rose Acres Farms trying to get their product to work for me, and I would take chances on buying more after they would send me more, and the same thing would happen. So I just started using the egg white from the Now protein powder exclusively, and I was going good. I had good momentum going, and I used it all this summer. So I was finally happy to just, okay, I'm just going to use the Now egg white protein, and I'm going to figure that out and get it working for me so that I can sell my bread and have a consistent product. And this year I finally figured that out, and I started shipping, and I was very happy, and I was doing awesome. And I'm starting to think about upgrading my oven to make it easier so I can bake more, and get more pans and another dehydrator and more refrigerator space. I got another freezer. Like, I was about ready to take it to the next level. And yesterday was such an awful day. And then to find out the news that they are changing this and I can no longer use it, and I basically have to start from scratch on a new, very expensive egg white protein powder. And now this new egg white powder is coming on Monday, and I'm going to have to do a 6 times batch, and I'm gonna have to watch it like a hawk and make sure it's not over whipping or under whipping, and I can make it come out as good as my other loaves. Hopefully, maybe it whips up even better than the Now protein and I can get more loaves out of it. I'm hoping that the Judee's is worth the price and it'll do great things for me. But until then, I'm going to have to not allow my bread to be sold right now because I don't have any egg white protein powder that will work. I really wanted to do some holiday videos and come on here and say, don't forget to get your holiday orders in by, there's only a couple more weeks until Christmas and I can't ship the week of Christmas. So that is what I wanted to put out. I still will have my coffee cake and my dessert platter, and I was planning on adding something else, which I might add this week. And I was thinking about adding brownies. So those might be there. So check out sugarswappbakeshop.com, click shop. The things on the top of the page are things that I can ship. And yeah, that is my news. I'm very upset about it and not looking forward to this. But I hope this helps you guys in some way. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell icon so you get notified when videos like this come up. In case I have important information for you, you need to be notified. Hit the bell. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave me comments and share with all your friends if they happen to buy this egg white protein powder so that they know. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll be back with more keto recipes and or healthy content. Bye guys. Happy keto baking!